Now that we're traveling internationally again, we wanted to share 8 travel essentials that never leave our side in 2021 with you.
First thing first, we realized that it's very important to have a lightweight carry-on. When you're going from point A to point B, or when you're lifting up your luggage for the above the head bin, it's good to have an easy to carry one.
And it's also expandable, so you can stuff as much stuff as you want into it, of course, within the restrictions of some of those stricter carriers. And it even has zippers on the outside that come together, so you could stick a TSA pre-approved lock through for that extra security to make your travels easier.
We've never tried the hard case ones, so if you actually try those, please let us know. But so far with the soft ones, we're pretty happy with.
Right, so then the second most important thing that we travel with is going to be this universal adapter. It even has a USB-C plug-in for your Android devices.
This is very convenient to use when you want to actually charge multiple devices like your computer, your GoPro, your phone. You can use them all at once. So far we've been using it to different countries that we've been to. It was pretty handy to use. And speaking of convenience, there's another thing that we want to mention, which is the power bank. Power bank is very useful when you don't have an access to a chargeable area, because you can have this to use your devices as well.
And this is a little bit on the heavy side, clunkier side for sure, but there are smaller ones that you could find on places like Amazon that will charge your phone a few times over before you get back to an outlet. And getting inside of our bag now, we actually have one essential that we absolutely love traveling with, and that is going to be our packing cubes. So they help keep our smaller stuff organized for sure, like socks and underwear.
I love those bags because it's compressing the air and you can put a lot of stuff in it and it takes much less space. And it's easy to find your stuff whenever you need because they are in different bags. We're actually using Steve's carry-on for display purposes, but I pretty much pack my bag in the same way with multiple bags like this.
So on the sides of my bags, we actually can fit some of your extra shoes if you want to, putting those into little baggies themselves to keep your other stuff clean.
I also hoard on some plastic bags because I want to put my shoes in them when the shoes are bigger. And also it's better to separate your clothes and shoes. You don't want them to mix together.
For me, it's not organizational type bags, but I also have a travel size umbrella that I like when you run into bad weather. And then we have a travel towel that's super convenient if the place you're going to doesn't have towels for you, and it dries really quickly.
And we put our toiletries over here of the luggage, and it's pretty convenient. Speaking of the toiletries, it is actually very important to take care of yourself when you're traveling. Even before we quit our jobs, we were always making sure that we are taking vitamins. You need to feel well because traveling can actually be very draining at times.
Before we left last March, we actually checked the CDC recommended guide on what kind of stuff we should take to prepare ourselves for travel. Generally speaking, they do a little bit too much, but from what we heard, you should definitely take typhoid pills if you're traveling to remote parts of Southeast Asia. In planning to do that, even though we never made it, we took our typhoid pills for them and we are good for 5 years now.
And of course, part of your self-care, your skincare is very important too. When you go to different places, you are being exposed to different climates and different weather conditions, and it can actually impact your skin a lot. I'm not really good at using certain products, but Steve has been using something much more special.
I actually have sensitive skin myself, my face and around my hands. For the longest time, I was using Gökçe's random products or the stuff that we would find randomly at hotels, but it really wasn't working for me, and I realized I needed something specific for me that would take me away from those hotel brand products. So the great thing I love about these products is that they're actually customized to your face, and they don't just send you the products for like one-time use of the day. And I have the night cream as well as your face wash and morning cream, so Geology's got you covered throughout the day to make sure your skin stays nice and smooth. My regimen is going to be different than what you might wind up getting. They tailor make it to your face, and that's so important because a lot of the times when you have these face creams that you find in the hotel rooms, or worse, you don't have anything in an Airbnb, you have to make do with whatever you could find, and then a lot of the times it winds up irritating your face. So it's absolutely great that I could just take this face cream, get a few pumps, rub it in, and then really apply it to your face. You're good to go because everything, again, is custom made for you.
Lately, I've been stealing Steve's products because it's been helping my skin too.
Hey, if it works, right? But now we're going to switch gears and talk about some of the things that we don't have that are physical products that actually help us travel. The most important thing for us is going to be 2 cards that we carry all the time in our wallet. The first one being our travel credit card, the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Any travel credit card that will get you no foreign transaction fees will do that. On top of that, why we love the Chase Sapphire Reserve the most, it also gives you access to lounges all over the world, just like the one we were in at Istanbul Airport, as well as it gives you a bunch of travel protections on top of what you would normally pay for out of pocket to insurance companies, travel delay, luggage loss protections, and even car rental insurance that we've used in Turkey a bunch.
Aside from Chase, we are also using Schwab's account. That is only a deposit account where you can basically use any ATM in the entire world, and with a very small fee, you can withdraw money even though it says it's charging you. In the end of the month, Schwab reimburse you back for the amount that you're charged. So it's very easy, giving us a freedom of not dealing with the currency exchange offices.
Don't have to get Schwab specifically, but find an account like that for you.
And another thing that we use internationally that very helps is Google Fi. It is a cell phone service that is available all over the world, and you don't have to switch to different SIM cards. You can pretty much use it anywhere, and it's been helping us to text our moms and saying like, hey, we landed immediately before looking for a new SIM card and trying to figure out their own system.
Right, it piggybacks off of T-Mobile in the US and then like Vodafone and Turkcell here in Turkey and other different cell phone providers throughout over 170 countries in the entire world. Pop out of airplane mode, head straight to the Uber line, and you're good to go out of the airport. We really love the convenience so much.
And of course, lastly, it's the coronavirus essentials. Of course, you always have to have your masks. We are wearing 2 masks, usually a regular one, N95, and we're also using face shields. Not all the time, but we definitely suggest you to use that. Also, of course, there are gloves, there are hand sanitizers, wipes, all the essentials that you need for coronavirus times. You have to have them with you. You also need to make sure that you're taking your vitamins, necessary supplements, taking care of yourself, because health comes first and it's very important to take care of yourself.
And in that regard, we take our vitamins every day. The vitamin C stuff you could find kind of in any pharmacy. Of course, also vitamins and nutrients for your skin. That's why, again, I really love finding Geology so much. They tailor-make the nutrients directly for your skin, and you could hop on their website and in less than a minute or 2, take their quiz and find out what regimen is perfect for you. And once you have your own regimen, you could get started with a 30-day trial. The first 14 days are completely risk-free. Check out the link in our description below, and you can get started with your own Geology skincare program today. We really hope you found these 8 travel essentials helpful. If you're using some of them yourselves, please let us know down in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We have more Dubai videos coming up soon, so see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.